They share more than you might think, the similarities in politics and pro football.
Jon Keller sits down with the author of the book, Big Game, the NFL in Dangerous Times.
Good morning. So what are the two biggest spectator sports here in our beloved Athens of America? A case could be made that it's politics and pro football. And our guest this morning has perspective on both and combines the two in great measure in his new book, Big Game, the NFL in Dangerous Times. We're pleased to have with us the pride of Newton, Massachusetts, New York Times Magazine chief national correspondent Mark Leibovich. Mark, welcome.
John, nice to be here.
Good to have you here.
Like being in your living room.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it cozy?
It is. I like it.
Kind of a roaring fire would be nice here. Maybe the dog. You write in the book that it was only a matter of time before President Trump latched on to the issue of the Colin Kaepernick protests by NFL players. And you draw a direct analogy, even before Kaepernick, between the Trump campaign sales pitch and the way the NFL markets itself. What do you mean?
It's reality TV. I remember actually before once Donald Trump was still running for president, I was writing about him, and he talked about how the NFL is perfect reality TV, and that's how the league itself markets itself. They say, you just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, last night, the Cleveland Browns, are we taping for the weekend? So,
that's all right.
Yeah,
the
Cleveland Browns, win last night. This guy from the Buffalo Bills quits at halftime. You don't know what you're going to get. Same with Donald Trump. You don't know. You just it's a spectacle. You're just going to keep tuning in, and whether it's flattering or not, you're just going to keep watching us.
I assume we have not heard the last of the president's assault on the league and on these protesting players.
Not at all. This is a great issue for him. He loves the issue. It combines personal grievance, because he's been trying to get into the NFL for several decades now. He's always been let out, so he's got his nose up against the glass. It's an issue he thinks is a winner politically for him with his base. He believes that football is something that people pay attention to. It's something he understands, and it puts him right in the middle of the conversation.
A friend of mine who's a very conservative African-American banker in North Carolina, called me up after President Trump's remarks about, get those SOBs off the field, you're fired, everybody remembers, and said that while he had been sort of a Trump supporter, that tore it for him. That he said for him, and in his words, for every black person in America, that was a flagrant racist dog whistle. Do you see it that way?
I mean, look, a lot of people did, obviously, but it also, like everything with Donald Trump, it was divisive. It actually won him a lot of excitement from his base. There was obviously a lot of white, particularly male supporters of his that don't see race in any of this. This is just the president telling it straight. This is how people should be talking. So again, it's a classic polarizing Trump maneuver, and I think that's how it was received.
Just as we're taping here in the last couple of days, there's been speculation that Kaepernick may be coming back to the NFL. Do you buy that?
I mean, look, there's going to be those rumors. I think they're going to be floated. I think that particular rumor, and it mentioned, our New England Patriots was floated.
And the Raiders.
And the Raiders, right, was floated by Kaepernick's attorney, Mark Leibovich. So who knows? I mean, I don't think that Mark Leibovich has any special football operations knowledge about what's going on in Foxborough, but he might just be sort of saying it to sort of keep it alive as a possibility.
Would the league oppose that bitterly or not?
I don't think the league itself, I think the league itself would love this problem to go away, and that's a perfect way to let it go away. But having said that, any team that signs him, and these are private businesses, is going to have to deal with a whole bunch of distractions for a backup quarterback, and it's going to create all kinds of ripples throughout not only their team, but other teams.
Yeah, and it's not clear he can play anymore.
There's that. Yeah, I mean, like every year that passes, or every month that passes, he's not, exactly honing his skills.
Yeah. All right, we'll take our break, and when we continue, more with the author of the NFL in Dangerous Times, Big Game, Mark Leibovich is with us. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in a moment.